Stop before you scroll away. Answer this. Do you think being nice makes people love you? Do you think being kind makes people respect you? Do you think always giving, always helping, always pleasing will bring peace to your life? If your answer is yes, then listen closely, because today, I'm going to break that illusion forever. Being nice looks safe, it looks gentle, it looks moral. But here's the truth. Being nice is a trap. It chains you to weakness, it drains your power, and it keeps you under the control of others who are not as nice as you. The Stoics understood this. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they all saw how power really works. They knew that blind kindness leaves you open to harm. They knew that without strength, goodness becomes a prison. They knew that if you give too much, you will lose everything. Let's make this simple. In life, there are wolves and there are sheep. The wolves take, the sheep obey, and the sheep believe that being nice will protect them. But the wolves know better. The wolves know that sheep exist to be eaten. If you live as a sheep, you live without respect, you live as prey. Now let me be clear. Stoicism never tells you to be cruel. It never tells you to harm others. It tells you to be wise. It tells you to see the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. The Stoics teach that real strength lies in self-control, in courage, in the ability to choose when to act and when to withhold. They do not say, be nice. They say, be strong. They say, do not hand your power to others. Here's the problem with being nice. Nice people never say no. They fear conflict. They fear judgment. They fear rejection. So, they give, they serve, they please, they bend, and over time, people stop respecting them. People use them. People take their kindness as weakness. Think of the person who always says yes. At work, they pick up every task no one else wants. In friendships, they pay the bill, they make the call, they do the favor. In family, they are always the one who sacrifices. But what happens? Do people admire them? No, they expect it. They stop seeing the kindness. They only see a tool. And when that tool breaks, they throw it away. This is why being nice is not true goodness. It is fear. It is weakness. It is slavery. Stoicism teaches that real goodness must be guided by reason, not fear. If you give, give from strength, not weakness. If you help, help because you choose to, not because you are afraid to refuse. Marcus Aurelius said, a man's worth is measured by the objects he pursues. If your worth is built on the need to please, your life becomes empty. But if your worth is built on courage, on wisdom, on discipline, then your life becomes powerful. Let me give you the first truth about power dynamics. People respect strength, not softness. Softness without strength is like a house without walls. It looks gentle, but it cannot protect. And no one honors a house that cannot stand in the storm. When you are too nice, you make yourself a house without walls. You invite others to walk in, to take, to control. And then you wonder why they don't value you. Here's the lesson. Never confuse being liked with being respected. To be liked is to be used. To be respected is to be free. Niceness seeks likes. Strength commands respect. And the Stoics knew this truth with unshakable clarity. They practiced a simple rule. Control yourself, not others. If you cannot say no, then you are not in control of yourself. You are controlled by fear. You are controlled by desire for approval. You are controlled by the trap of niceness. But when you stand firm, when you learn to say no, suddenly you are free. Suddenly you are respected. Suddenly you are no longer prey. This is the first step in breaking the trap of being nice. You must see that niceness is not love. Niceness is not kindness. Niceness is fear. True kindness is born from strength. True kindness does not beg for approval. True kindness chooses wisely whom to help and when to stop. Now pause. Reflect on this. Ask yourself, are you living as the wolf or the sheep? Are you living by strength or by fear? Drop this truth in the comments. I choose respect over approval. Because from this moment, you are done being trapped by niceness. You are ready to claim power the Stoic way. Now that you see the trap of being nice, let's go deeper. Why does niceness destroy respect? Why do people treat the nice person as weak? The answer is simple. Niceness has no boundaries. A Stoic knows that boundaries are the walls of the soul. Without boundaries, anyone can walk in, take what they want, and leave destruction behind. Niceness removes those walls. It leaves you open to every demand, every insult, every betrayal. Think of Epictetus. He was born a slave. He had no freedom, no power, no status. But inside he built strong walls. He taught that no one can rule your mind unless you let them. His life was proof that even without wealth or title, a person with inner strength is free. And this is where niceness fails. The nice person gives away that freedom. They give away their mind. They hand control of their life to anyone who wants it. Here is the second truth about power dynamics. What you allow will continue. If you allow people to disrespect you, they will keep doing it. If you allow people to take from you without return, they will keep taking. If you allow people to cross your boundaries, they will never stop. Niceness trains others how to treat you. It tells them, I will not resist, I will not fight, I will always bend. And people believe you. They take you at your word, not because you speak it, but because you show it. Stoicism demands the opposite. It demands that you live by principle, not by fear. When you say yes, it must be a true yes. When you say no, it must be firm. Seneca said, if you would be loved, love yourself. And loving yourself means protecting yourself. Now, listen closely. Niceness is not kindness. True kindness is strength under control. True kindness comes from choice, not fear. A Stoic helps because it is right, not because they are afraid to displease. They forgive because it is wise, not because they fear conflict. They give because it is just, not because they need approval. Here's a picture. Imagine two men. The first man is nice. He says yes to everything. He never disagrees. He always smiles. At first, people enjoy him, but soon, they tire of him. They see through him. They see weakness. They use him, and then they leave him behind. The second man is stoic. He is calm. He listens. He helps when he chooses, but he also says no when it is right. He does not raise his voice. He does not beg for approval. He is steady like stone. People do not use him. They respect him. They trust him. They follow him. This is the Stoic way. Strength first, kindness second, and only kindness that flows from strength has value. Here's a third truth about power. Approval is a prison. If your life depends on approval, you are not free. You live as a servant to every opinion. You rise when they praise you. You fall when they mock you. You bend to keep their love. You break to keep their smiles. And in the end, you lose yourself. The Stoics refused this prison. They said, control what is yours, release what is not. Approval is not yours. It belongs to others. It changes like the wind. One day they praise you, the next day they curse you. If your worth depends on that, you will never stand tall. So, what is the answer? Live by virtue, not by approval. Virtue is courage, wisdom, justice, and self-control. These never depend on others. They cannot be taken from you. When you live by virtue, you stop chasing approval. You stop being nice to be liked. You start being strong to live free. Let me give you a warning. The moment you stop being nice, people will test you. They will push. They will say, you've changed. They will guilt you. They will call you selfish. Why? Because your boundaries threaten their control. Your no takes away their power. When this happens, remember Marcus Aurelius. He wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Their words are noise. Your strength is silence. Stay calm, stay firm, stay free. Drop this truth in the comments. Approval does not rule me. This is your shield against the trap of niceness. This is your path into true power. Now we step into the heart of the Stoic perspective. We have seen that niceness is weakness, that it destroys respect, that it binds you to approval. But here comes the deeper truth. The world does not honor good intentions. The world honors strength and wisdom. Think about this. If a ship has a captain who is kind but weak, the crew will like him at first. But when the storm comes, when the waves rise, when the ship shakes, kindness is useless. The crew will panic, and the ship will sink. The captain must be steady. He must be strong. He must know when to comfort and when to command. Without that, kindness becomes death. This is how life works. When you build your life on being nice, you build on sand. It looks smooth, it looks warm, but the first storm wipes it away. But when you build your life on strength, on virtue, on reason, then you stand like stone. The winds blow, the rains fall, but you remain. The Stoics saw this clearly. They lived in empires full of cruelty, betrayal, and greed, and yet they thrived. Why? Because they did not live as sheep. They lived as lions who ruled their own minds. They did not fear the storm, they became the calm inside it. Here is the fourth truth about power. To be feared and respected is safer than to be loved for weakness. Now listen carefully. This does not mean cruelty. This does not mean tyranny. It means that respect built on strength lasts longer than love built on weakness. People may like you for being nice, but they respect you when they see you stand firm. Seneca warned, you act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Niceness is the desire to be loved forever. It is the dream that if you are always gentle, people will never hurt you. But fear rules behind that dream. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of being alone. The Stoic breaks that fear. He says, I do not control how others see me. I control how I live. He refuses to be owned by the opinions of others. He refuses to be their tool. He chooses virtue over vanity, respect over approval, strength over weakness. Let me show you the cycle of the nice person. First, they give. People cheer. Second, they give again. People smile. Third, they give more. People expect it. Fourth, they give still more. People demand it. And when they finally stop, people turn on them. They say, you are selfish, you are cruel, you have changed. This is the price of niceness. Endless giving, endless taking, and no respect. The Stoic cycle is different. First, he sets a clear boundary. People test it. He holds firm. Second, he gives by choice, not by fear. People respect it. Third, he helps with strength, not with weakness. People trust it. And when he says no, people accept it, because they know he is steady, not soft. Ask yourself now, which cycle do you live in? Are you the nice one who bends, who breaks, who pleases, who loses? Or are you the stoic who stands firm, who chooses, who acts with strength? Here is the fifth truth about power. Silence is stronger than noise. Nice people explain, they justify, they beg. They say, I'm sorry I can't. They say, please understand. But the Stoic says no and leaves it there. No reason, no excuse. Just know that silence is power. That silence is respect. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. B1. Niceness argues, niceness pleads, niceness shows weakness. Strength simply is, strength does not shout, strength does not bend, strength acts. So here is your practice. Stop explaining yourself. Stop begging for approval. Stop hiding behind soft words. Speak less, stand more. Let your silence be a wall that no one can climb. Let your strength speak without words. Drop this truth in the comments. My silence is strength. Let it mark the moment you step out of the trap of niceness. Let it mark the moment you walk the Stoic path of power. We have walked through the lies of niceness. We have seen how it destroys respect, how it chains you to approval, how it steals your strength. And we have seen the Stoic way: strength first, kindness second, always guided by reason, never ruled by fear. Now let us end with the greatest lesson of all. Here is the sixth truth about power. To master others, you must first master yourself. Niceness is not self-mastery. It is slavery to opinion. It is fear of rejection. It is the desperate need to be liked. But the Stoic says, I cannot control others. I control myself, and that control is freedom. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire on earth. He had armies, wealth, power beyond measure. Yet he wrote every day about self-control, about patience, about inner strength. Why? Because he knew that ruling others without ruling yourself is nothing. A man without discipline is already a slave, no matter how many servants he commands. Think of your own life. Where do you hand away control? Do you say yes when you mean no? Do you smile when you feel anger? Do you give when you are empty? Do you hide your truth because you fear judgment? That is not mastery. That is surrender. That is the trap of niceness. Here is the seventh truth. True kindness is rare, because true kindness comes only from strength. Anyone can be nice. A coward can be nice. A slave can be nice. A man who fears can be nice. But only the strong can be kind. Only the wise can give without losing themselves. Only the free can love without being owned. This is why the Stoic path matters. It teaches you to guard your soul, to stand tall when others bend, to speak little when others beg, to act with reason, not with fear, and in that way, to live with true kindness, not the false mask of niceness. Seneca once wrote, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. How much of your life have you wasted being nice? How many hours, how many years have you given to please people who never respected you? How much of your soul have you spent chasing approval that never lasts? Enough. Today is the day you stop. Here is the final truth. Niceness is weakness. But virtue is power. Virtue is courage. Virtue is wisdom. Virtue is justice. Virtue is self-control. When you live by these, you no longer need to be nice. You no longer fear rejection. You no longer chase approval. You stand firm. You live free. You lead with strength. And when you choose kindness, it shines like gold because it is rare, because it is real. So here is your path forward. Set your boundaries. Say no with silence. Give only when it is right. Seek respect, not approval. Live by virtue, not fear. Do this, and you will never again be trapped by niceness. You will walk as the Stoics walked. You will carry yourself with calm power. You will live free of chains, and in a world of sheep, you will stand as the lion who rules himself. Pause now, reflect on this. Do not let these words slip away. Take them into your mind, into your heart, into your daily life. Stop being nice. Start being strong. Start living the Stoic way. Drop this final truth in the comments. I rule myself. Let that be your vow, your shield, your weapon. Because the moment you rule yourself, no one can ever rule you again. That is why being nice is a trap, and that is why the Stoic path is freedom. Smash that subscribe button and join the brotherhood if you liked this video.